Hello everyone, welcome to another video from Marketing Menders. We resolve all marketing problems. Today we are going to talk about a very important topic which is very alarming, and lot of digital marketeer they face this problem while setting up their Google ad campaign. And the problem is that you are not able to understand that why it has happened. What went wrong that your Google ad account has been suspended. Guys, suspended. Suspended is a very important issue while you are working with Google ad, that why my account has got suspended. And you are struggling here and there, you are Googling here and there, but unable to find out what went wrong. Now in that case, what happened when you create another account, considering that okay, one account is suspended, that is fine, and I can create another account to run Google ad campaign, that will also get suspended because you have not addressed the previous problem because of which your previous account got suspended. So before moving on to new account, creating new campaign, it is important that you should understand what was the reason of the previous suspension, and then you should be going ahead with the new account if required, or if you have been able to resolve the previous issue, then there is no requirement of creating a new account. So that is what we are going to talk about in today's particular session, that what is Google ad circumventing policy. In this particular video, you will learn what is the meaning of circumventing policy, what is this policy, what is this policy is all about, why Google suspend your account because of this particular issue or this particular policy. And then we will definitely understand that if your account gets suspended because of the circumventing policy issue, then how you can resolve it. So please stay tuned to this particular video. And don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell button so that you stay updated with the new upcoming videos in this particular channel. Now let's talk about Google ad policies first of all. So Google ad, as all of us know, it's a marketing platform from Google wherein we can market, we can advertise our products for achieving various objectives, whether it is for increasing awareness, building brand consideration, or maybe generating sale. While you are using Google's platform, so Google has created certain policies which every marketeer has to follow. Otherwise, there will be some serious repercussion, some serious actions by Google. So what Google has done, Google has divided these policies into 4 categories. Number 1 is prohibited content. This policy takes care of all the content which you are going to advertise on Google network. It could be your products, it could be your website, it could be your ads. So this is prohibited. Prohibited means no negotiations, no clarifications. They are absolutely no on Google ads. Number 2, prohibited practices. Now, practices means these are the activities which you are not allowed to perform on Google ad. Although you have created your account on Google ad, but then you have to respect the platform and you have to follow their guidelines. So some of the activities, for example, circumventing system policies, for example, malicious software, or redirecting. So these are some of the prohibited practices. So we will discuss all of these policies in detail in the upcoming videos. Number 3, restricted content and feature. Now these are some content wherein you can promote your business, but there are certain restrictions as per different geographical locations. For example, in some of the countries, gambling is allowed. Gambling is legal. So if you are running a Google ad campaign to promote your newly opened casino, that will be allowed in that particular country, but it will not be allowed in any other country where it is not allowed, where it is not legal. So these are some content wherein there are some kind of geographical or political kind of restrictions are there, or maybe there is a age restriction. So that we have to look at in very, very detail, that what are these restrictions and how they get applied to any particular product, and accordingly you should be creating your Google ad campaign. And last is about editorial and technical. So all the requirements related to your ad copy, the size of images, size of video, quality of landing page, quality of images and videos, all of that has been clubbed under the editorial and technical policies. So like I mentioned, we will be discussing these policies in more detail in the upcoming videos. But in today's session, we will be focusing on prohibited practices. That is, some of the acts, some of the activities which are not allowed on Google Ad platform. So under this prohibited practices, there are again multiple practices that we will be taking up ahead. But today we are going to focus on circumventing policy. So circumventing policy is part of the prohibited practice. Now, what is circumventing? So circumventing means that you are trying to cheat the Google ad system, right? Now, in that case, as you can see in front of you, there is a picture wherein what I have done as a marketer, I have created two versions of my website, right? Maybe via redirect or maybe via IP address understanding. Now, in that case, what is happening is, when Google comes to my website, when Google ad is looking at my website, my landing page, so they are able to see a different page, maybe a e-commerce or something. And when a user, a customer, click on my ad, they will be taken to a page which is not safe for them. Maybe on that particular page there are some trojans, there are some viruses, or maybe that is a pornographic website. So there could be multiple reasons or multiple ways that people do that. And this is what is circumventing means, that you are trying to cheat the Google ad system by creating two different versions of the same website and showing each of the version to different users, Google as well as customer. Now what comes under this circumventing, how this circumventing can be done? Number one, the famous technique is by cloaking. What is the meaning of cloaking? So cloaking, as I have already explained, it is showing different content to users and Google. Google is able to see a different content and users are able to see a different content. So how it can be done? Redirection to a non-compliant account. Now what happens? You have set up a redirection on your website. When somebody click on your ad, they will be redirected to another website. Now that website could be a pornographic website, that website could be having viruses, malicious software, or it could be anything. Number two, using dynamic DNS to switch page or ad content. Now here you are taking advantage of domain name systems, wherein the moment anyone click on the page, anyone click on the ad, they will be again taken to a different page. So again, the meaning is more or less same. Manipulating site content or restricting access of landing page that don't allow review. You have created a landing page wherein you have set up a condition that Google ad will not be able to review it. You have used the IP address of Google bots and you have added it to your server, that whenever Google bots come, they will not be able to see your landing page. Or fourth, using click tracker to redirect users to a malicious site. Now again, there are some technology wherein we can set up click trackers on our website. The moment anyone comes to my website, immediately they will be routed to some other malicious websites. So all of this is done with the help of good understanding of coding languages, good understanding of technology stack, then only you will be able to do that. So generally what happens is, anyone who is doing it purposefully, they know how to do it, they know how to set up a redirect and all. But sometimes what happens is majority of the people are like you and me. We don't know anything of this sort. We have just created a normal Google ad campaign and we found that our account got suspended because of circumventing policy. But we have not done anything of this sort. So let's see what else could be the reason behind that. What clocking is not, this you also should understand, showing content in different languages. Now let's say you have created different version of your website in different languages because you are present in multiple countries. People residing in Brazil, they can see the website in their language. People residing in Peru, they can see in their language. Indonesia in their language, like that. The only component which you have changed is the language. Rest of the other content is same on your website, so that will not be counted as under a clocking. Or different version of the content. This can also be applicable with respect to some geographical conditions. Now, maybe you are showing some shoes, right? Now in India, the user preference for shoes is something else than the Western country, right? So you have created two different versions that if anyone from US or UK, they go to your website, they see different kind of product. And if anyone come from Middle East, Asia or other countries, they will be able to see different type of content. So that is allowed. These two parameters will not fall under the clocking. So don't worry about it. If these are part of your website, your account will not be suspended for the circumventing policy. Repeated policy violation. This is another reason for circumventing policy violation. Now, if you have repeatedly violated Google ad policy, maybe, what happened? You have created a Google ad account. That account got suspended because of circumventing policy. Now again, you create another account and you again start promoting it. So that account will again get restricted or suspended because of the circumventing policy. So once an account has got suspended because of the circumventing policy, first of all, you should be identifying the probable reasons behind it, rectifying those errors, and then only you should be going ahead with the creation of new Google ad account and new Google ad campaign. So for example, creating new domains or account to post that ad that's similar to ad that have been disapproved for this or any other Google ad policy, right? What could be the other reason? Now other reason could be by bypassing the enforcement mechanisms. So what happens in this, that you have been, you have created a new campaign for the ads which has already got disapproved using images, videos, which, showing the sexually explicit content. So again, that could lead to the circumventing policy violation. After a previous suspension, you are again using Google Ad system by creating new accounts in order to re-enter the system. So Google has suspended one of your account. Now again, you are creating a Google Ad account to create a campaign that will further be suspended. And with some of the warnings, you will not be able to use Google Ad platform in future at that particular IP address. Abusing Google Ad product feature in order to show policy non-compliant content to users or gain additional traffic. So there are some product features which we have talked about in editorial and technical guidelines. So you are using that to show non-compliant content. So again, your account will be suspended in that case. So circumventing system is considered egregious policy violation. It is very severe by Google Ad. If your Google Ad account is getting suspended because of circumventing policy, please don't take it lightly. It is a very, very crucial kind of a policy violation, and that could lead to blocking of your IP address as well. So what is the meaning of egregious policy violation? An egregious violation is a violation wherein you are trying to harm the users, right? Or digital ecosystem by providing some kind of trojans or some kind of malicious software, so that anyone who visit the website, immediately that trojan will be loaded on their website, on their devices, and you will be able to steal the data. So that is why circumventing policies are considered under the egregious violations. So this basically reflect that overall business does not adhere to Google Ad policy, and because of this, Google Ad immediately suspend the account. Third, it cause immediate account suspension, and upon detection without prior warning, Google will not allow you to use Google Assets or Google Ad campaign for promoting your business. So there will be no warning, right? You have created a Google Ad account, you have created a campaign. Don't wait for a warning from Google. Immediately you will get a reason that your account has been suspended for the policy violations. Now, okay, I understood that, because of some reasons, my account has got suspended due to circumventing policy. But now what next? How to resolve it, right? That's the main reason we are looking at this video. That's the main reason why I have created this video, right? So I'm going to share some of the steps which you should be following, or some of the hygiene parameters which you should be looking at before starting your campaign on Google Ad, to make sure that you are not falling prey of circumventing policy. So in case of any suspension because of this policy, the only resort available to you is submission of an appeal. So on the same platform, when you log into your Google Ad account, you will be able to see a button called Submit an Appeal. So you have to click on that Submit an Appeal. Now, key important points which you should be knowing while submitting it. So when you click on Submit an Appeal, it will be asking you multiple questions about your Google Ad account, your account ID, your email ID, your company name, your location, your contact name and number, what is your business all about, what was your headlines, what was the product you are trying to promote, and why do you think that it is not a violation. So please remember, while you are filling up this form, please fill this form completely and providing as many detail as possible, because when you submit an appeal, it will go to a human reviewer and they will check each and every detail. Now, what happens? If you keep on submitting an appeal, that will delay the entire process. So while you are submitting your first appeal, at that time only you should be providing all the relevant details, so that you don't need to do it again and again. And anyone who is reviewing your campaign, they will be able to understand the issue and they will be able to take the further decision about it. Too many appeals, further, they suspend your processing for further 7 days. Now, if I've submitted an appeal today, I come again tomorrow, I submit another appeal, then I submit another appeal, then what will happen? They will suspend all the appeals for the next 7 days. So that's what I'm saying. It will delay the entire process. Instead of raising appeal again and again and again, you should be raising an appeal once with all the details completely and clearly, and then just wait. Just wait for the policy review to happen, and then you will be notified about the appeal, whether it has been selected or whether it has been approved or disapproved. Now, what will happen if you do repeated violation, right? Knowingly or unknowingly, there are repeated violation. So there are some enforcement procedures from Google Ad, and they are again very, very serious. So in this case, you will earn a strike. Strike is a mechanism by Google wherein it is highlighting in its system that this account is not safe. They are repeated violator of our policies. They are not adhering to our guidelines, and in that case, your campaign's performance as well as your working on Google Ad platform will be limited. So how the process of strike looks like? Number one, when you have violated something on Google Ad, you will get a warning, and that first violation will be considered as a warning that don't do this, right? You are violating our policies. You should not be doing it. Now, after this, let's say you again have violated another policy, then you will get the first strike. So if you have ignored the warning and another violation happen, your account will be held temporarily for 3 days. For 3 days, you won't be able to run your campaign. Your ad will not be showing to the users, but it's a temporary hold, and then you can submit an appeal, right? Number 2, if you have ignored the first strike as well, and there is a policy violation within 90 days of the first strike. So you got a first strike, and within 90 days, you again committed a violation. Then again, you will be getting a second strike, and then this time, you will be getting a temporary hold of 7 days. So previously it was for 3 days. Now you will get a hold of 7 days. And then final one. So again, you have ignored the second strike, and within 90 days, you have again violated the Google Ad system. Then you will get a third strike, and account will be permanently suspended. There will not be any review. There will not be any option of submitting an appeal, and your account will be permanently suspended. So please make sure whenever you are getting any warning, you should be looking at each and every aspect of your campaign, your landing page, whatever violations have been highlighted. You should be looking at that particular violation in detail, and you should be removing that from your landing page, your website, or your Google Ad account. Now, what happens if your account is held temporarily, like we have discussed in the case of first strike and second strike, that it gets hold for 3 days or 7 days. So in that case, first of all, you should be acknowledging the strike. The moment you get a strike, you should be acknowledging the strike. Now in that case, how you should be proceeding? Before acknowledging, you should be removing all the policy violations. So maybe there is a problem with your landing page. Google has identified that you have created 2 different landing pages of your website. Maybe there is a problem of redirect. Maybe there is a problem of duplicate content on your website. So first of all, remove that error. Another use case will be you are into e-commerce. You are trying to create an e-commerce website. That website is under progress right now. There is no payment gateway attached to the website as of now, and you started running a campaign on Google Ad. That also will lead to the policy violation because your website is not complete. Third, your e-commerce website is there, but then you have not added the return policy, cashback policy, refund policy, right? So in that case also, that will be considered as a violation. Fourth, you are generating leads from your website, and you have not added the privacy policy page on your website. That again is a very important parameter which Google checks, that whether you are taking care of the privacy of the data which you are collecting through lead generation. Another could be you have started your Google Ad account to promote a blog. Now, initially it was a blog, and later on you added another page on that website which take user to some other business. So let's say I am writing blog for x.com, and when a user comes to my website, I have created a page for my another business y.com, and when they click on that, they will be taken to y.com. Now in that case, both the websites are different, x.com and y.com. They may be belonging to you only, both the websites you are the owner, but then initially you have started it as a blog website, and later on you have started doing something else. That could also lead to the circumventing policy. Another use case could be you are a distributor of some brand, right? Automobile sector, you are promoting, you are a distributor of Hyundai, you are a distributor of Honda, Volkswagen. You have created your own website as a distributor for selling the cars, and you are using all the logo and the other asset of the parent company, which is Volkswagen or Honda. But then again, that you should be declaring it on your website, that you are using it for as a distributor, because otherwise it will be a violation for the copyright violation, because the logo, the other asset, they are copyright of the parent company, and if you don't disclose it on your website, that will further be a circumventing policy violation. Now once you have removed all these issues from the website, from the landing page, or maybe from your ad, then you should be acknowledging this particular strike. Now, what is the meaning of acknowledgement? When you are acknowledging the strike, you are declaring it to the Google that you are aware that what went wrong, what you have done wrong, and you have removed all the assets and ad that violated the policy, and then you are not going to create any additional account, because if you create any additional account after acknowledging the strike, then that is prohibited. So how it looks like? So once you get a strike, you will get an option of like this, acknowledge the strike. So there are two buttons over here. One button is acknowledge the strike received. Second is appeal the strike received. Now the difference is, acknowledging means that you were aware what was the policy violation, why it has happened, you have removed it, and then you are acknowledging it. That okay, I am acknowledging it and I have removed it. Appeal means that you have not done anything wrong. From your point of view, everything is correct, everything is perfect. And you think that Google Ads system has committed a mistake in giving you a strike. So in that case, you are raising an appeal. So appeal is basically challenging the Google ad decision, right? So once you have acknowledged the strike received, then your suspension will be removed and your ads will be resumed. Now, second option is appealing the strike. So in this case, if you have appealed for the strike, what will happen? If it is found that the strike was wrong, then that will be removed from your account. That will not show in your account, in the history of your account, and that your ads are compliant, they will be approved, and account will be released from the temporary hold immediately, and your campaign will start running. In case of acknowledging the strike, although your account will be released, your ad will start showing, but then that strike, that warning, that will still appear in your account. That will be part of the history of your account, and that impacts overall advertiser score from the Google point of view. So when you participate in the auction, Google definitely looks at all of these parameters, that what is the history of your account as an advertiser, how many times you have got any strikes, how many times you have got any warnings, how many times you have violated any policy, right? So that will be there in your system. But when you appeal the strike, that will be removed from your system, and your slate will be clean. You will be having a clean record that there is no history of any policy violation. Now that is for the temporary suspension. Now what happens if account is permanently suspended? So another option, or the last option in that case, will be submitting an appeal. That is the only option available if your account has been permanently suspended. Nearly 99% chances are there that your account will not be reinstated. If your account has got suspended permanently, although you are raising an appeal, but then there are 99% chances that it will not be reinstated. So the best practice is, you should be raising an appeal, but then you should be finding the cause of issue or cause of the problem, trying to remove the cause, and then create a new account to start running or creating your campaign, because there is no remedy or no solution to this suspension. Now some important questions which comes up from various advertisers about this suspension. Number one, how does Google Ad detect policy violation? So guys, what happens when you create a Google Ad account, when you create your campaign, and when you publish the campaign? The moment you publish the campaign, your campaign will go for a review. Now the first stage is an automatic review, which is being done by bots with the help of AI. And in that review, Google will check your ad copy, your images, your headlines, your keywords, your text, whatever you are using, and your landing page, how your website looks like, what are the components of your website, and all of that. By using the combination of both these, this artificial mechanism will make a decision whether your account is good to go or not. So if your account is good, your campaign will be live and your ad will start showing to the users. But if AI mechanism find out that there are some policy violation, then they will give you the suspension or they will give you the warning. Now what happens when you raise an appeal, when you submit an appeal for that will go for a human reviewer. So this time a human being like you and me behind the system, they will be looking at each and every aspect of your ad, your landing page, and then they will be taking a decision whether your account should be reinstated or it should be kept suspended. So that's how the Google ad review mechanism works. Number 2, are there other non-policy reasons that can lead to an account suspension? Yes, there could be other reasons also which are the probable reason for the account suspension. Number 1, related to billing and payment. So if Google finds that there is a suspicious payment activity, for example, your original country from where you have created your account is let's say Germany, and then Google find out that somebody is trying to make a payment from India, right? So 2 different countries are involved over here. So in that case, Google will suspend your account considering that there is some kind of suspicious activity happening. Number 2, promotional code abuse. Google ad keep on giving you some promotions as well, some promotional codes on the basis of your campaign's performance, on the basis of the amount you are spending on this platform. And if you are trying to manipulate the system, if you are trying to create some copies of that promotional code or a code which has been issued to some other account and you are trying to use that code to your account, so that will again be considered as an abuse, and in that case your account will be suspended. Third, unpaid balance. Sometimes what happens is on Google ad there is a concept called over delivery. Over delivery means that you don't have the sufficient balance available in your account, but Google has delivered your ad to many number of users based on the quality of your ad which you have created. But then you have not added funds back to the Google ad account. You have not provided the amount which has been spent by Google. So in that case also Google will suspend your account. Number 2, unauthorized account activity. So for this reason, Google will ask you to follow the 2-step authentication process. Now let's say again I have created an account from India location, and then somebody is trying to log into my account from any other country, any other location, or maybe any other devices. So then considering it to be an unauthorized activity, Google will suspend my account to protect my account data and to protect my user rights. So that's why I can raise an appeal in that case, and then the suspension will be removed. And third is your age requirement. So what happens when you are creating your Google ad account, and let's say you are creating it for your company. So sometimes what people will do, Google will ask for date of birth and all, and you have provided the company incorporation date as a date of birth. Now in that case, Google will find that to be a minor, right? So let's say I started a company in 2020, and in date of birth column, I have provided the company's establishment date, right? So by that nature, my company or that entity is only 4-year old. Google will not allow using Google ad platform to minors. Anyone who is less than 18 years of age, they can't use the Google ad platform. So whenever you are creating Google ad account, please provide your date of birth instead of your company's formation date or instead of your company's incorporation date. So please take care of these reasons in order to avoid any kind of suspension in your account. How long is the Google ad account suspended for? So once my account gets suspended, how long it will be suspended? So permanent suspension will be there in your account if you don't submit an appeal. So you get a warning, you get a strike, you get your account suspended, and you are not raising an appeal. That will be a permanent suspension, no reinstating. Then your right of appeal, once your account violated any policy, knowingly or unknowingly, you will be getting that appeal option for the next 6 months. If you don't take any action for the next 6 months, after that, that appeal option will be removed from your account and your account will be considered as a permanently suspended account. Can a suspended advertiser set up or use other account? Yes. You can set up another accounts. You can use Google Ad platform, but in that case, you have to use another email ID, because whenever the account gets suspended, that gets suspended at an email ID level, right? So under that email ID, whatever account you have created, all of those accounts will be suspended. So you have to use another email ID for accessing the Google Ad platform. Can an advertiser access their suspended account? Yes. Again, you can access your suspended account. You can log into your account. You can use all other features of Google Ad account like keyword research platform, performance planner, keyword planner, conversion actions, reports and dashboards, all of that. But then you will not be able to create a new campaign. You will not be able to run a new ad campaign. You will be able to just access and look at the data which is there in the suspended account. Now the major important concern, I created a Google Ad account, I added funds to that account, unknowingly my account got suspended. What will happen to my money? How do I get a refund? So guys, don't worry, right? If your account is getting suspended, you have raised an appeal also, and that appeal has been rejected and your account remains in the permanent suspension stage, then in that case, there is an option wherein you have to cancel the account. You have to apply for the cancellation. For that, you can go to the preferences option, and under the preferences, you can apply for the cancellation of your account. Once you apply for the cancellation, the entire money which is available in your Google Ad account will be refunded back to the original payment method from where you have added the money. It will take nearly 15 working days time, but your entire money will be refunded. So don't worry about it. But yes, before applying for the cancellation, please download all your data which is available in the Google Ad platform, because once you apply for a refund or a cancellation, the entire data will be erased from the Google Ad platform. That's it. Thank you so much for watching this particular video. So now I believe all of you are confident enough to understand what is the meaning of circumventing policy. Next time when your ad account gets suspended because of the circumventing policy, you should be in a position to understand and to address that particular issue.